Famcast Media, bitch.
I got some good news for you guys. Very good news, especially if you're a gamer, and especially if you like Star Wars. Now, once again, I was checking out my newsfeed, and the first thing that pops up is something that really surprised me, something that I never thought I would ever see. Well, apparently EA no longer has exclusive rights over the Star Wars franchise, which means that other companies now will be able to, produce games. And being that, I'm a Star Wars nerd, and, D. Rotten is also a Star Wars nerd. Want to check out podcasts, we basically discussed Star Wars for almost like an hour. So this is good news for the both of us and good news for every other Star Wars fan out there, but let me get to the article. The biggest gaming news Wednesday morning was the reveal that UbiSoft will be releasing a new open-world Star Wars game. This as yet untitled Star Wars game is set to be developed by Massive Entertainment, the studio behind The Division, and seemingly marks the end of EA's exclusivity with the franchise. Massive Star Wars games will be the first title in the famed franchise to be made outside of EA since 2012. Hell, I didn't even know it was that old. Which opens the gaming world to new possibilities for the beloved series. But that doesn't mean that Electronic Arts is done with adventures in the galaxy far away. Following the news of upcoming Ubisoft and Massive title, the official EA Twitter account tweeted to its 6 million followers that it looks forward to continuing our partnership with Lucasfilm Games, and that the company is still going to be releasing more Star Wars games. We love Star Wars, we look forward to continuing our partnership with Lucasfilm Games. We're making more Star Wars games, BD1 is still the cutest. EA and Lucasfilm's exclusivity began in 2013 on a multi-year agreement. The length of the deal was unknown, but EA CFO and Executive Vice President Blake Jorgensen told investors at the time that the company's deal with Star Wars would last over 10 years. Disney came to us because of our previous partnership, and they knew that we could help them develop really great games, and we struck what we believe is a fantastic deal, which allows us to be able to build games in many different genres across multiple platforms over 10 years. And will leverage the strength of the Disney marketing associated with the Star Wars properties, both in movies and other things, that they may do over the time frame, Jorgensen said at the time. However, Ubisoft's Star Wars announcement seems to confirm that the franchise exclusivity with EA won't last beyond 2023. With Massive and Ubisoft's open-world Star Wars games just being announced, there are no real details to speak of. The finished product is likely years away. EA has been and will continue to be a very strategic and important partner for us now and going forward, Sean Shoptaw, Senior Vice President of Global Games and Interactive Experience at Disney told Wired. But we feel like there's room for others. Star Wars games under EA have been a mixed bag. The first Battlefront game, released in 2015, was a solid, fun first-person shooter set in the Star Wars universe. The 2017 follow-up, Battlefront 2, did not go over well with fans, as the game's use of microtransactions rewarded those who spent real money to purchase upgrades for their characters. EA's latest games under the Lucas banner, in 2019's Jedi Fallen Order and 2020's Star Wars Squadrons, were both received well by critics and gamers. In the end, more studios working on Star Wars means more games and new ideas, which fans should be excited for, even if lackluster games from the past have made them a bit jaded. What do you think of Ubisoft's announcement of a new Star Wars game? Are you happy to see EA lose their exclusivity? Let us know in the comment sections below. Well, this really excites me, because, like I said, I've been a Star Wars fan since I was a wee lad. The first Star Wars game I played was The Phantom Menace on the PlayStation 1. I played lots of other Star Wars games since then. I think my favorite game out of all of the Star Wars games that have been released, Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2, like the original that was released for the Xbox and the PlayStation 2, I had fun playing those, but out of all, like I said, out of all the Star Wars games, my favorite series would have to be Knights of the Old Republic 1 and Knights of the Old Republic 2. Now, the events of those two games happened, I think, 3,000 years before the Battle of Yavin. For those that don't know what the Battle of Yavin is, if you watched A New Hope, the Battle of Yavin was literally at the end of the movie when the rebels destroyed the Death Star. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to, Ubisoft's game, especially if it's open world, and usually games that are open world tend to be RPG games, which are, games that I tend to play the most. So if I get to choose, whether I want to be a light side or dark side or a gray Jedi, then that's something that I'm really going to enjoy. Choosing my own path, crafting your own lightsaber, choosing which lightsaber form you want to learn. There's like so many different lightsaber forms out there. But if it's anything like close to Knights of the Old Republic or Knights of the Old Republic 2, then I definitely have to make sure I get this game. Now, chances are it's probably going to be released on a next-gen console like the PS5 and the new Xbox. So, I guess I'm going to have to save up and get me one of them. I was going to, wait between 6 months or a year before I get a new console. But, if this game is set to be released in the next, if this game is set to be released in the next year or so, then I'm definitely have to make sure that I get a new console. Or maybe it will come out on PC, and I do have a powerful PC right in front of me, so I don't know. I still need to play Fallen Order. I haven't actually, got it yet, although it was on sale on Steam, and I kind of missed the sale, so bummer for me. Missed out on that opportunity. But yeah, I will be sending this to D, see what he has to say about this, because like I said, we're both Star Wars fans. We've been talking about Star Wars ever since, the podcasts. And, I've been following, pretty much everything. The movies, not so much. I have, mixed opinions about the movies. I don't really like the way that the movies are, written. They kind of, seem to drift way, way off of what, George Lucas originally wanted. And even, a lot of the hardcore Star Wars fans are a little bit disappointed with the way that the movie series is going, and also with the way the comics are going. But that's a different topic for a different video. Either way, I look forward to seeing other companies make Star Wars games. Like I said, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, although those games were released well over, 14 to 15 years ago, those games have aged perfectly. I mean, they're games that you can still play, still buy on Steam, and you can still have fun with them. There's lots of mods, restored content that was, originally cut for the game, that was, brought back. The Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic community is still strong. I mean, you have Star Wars The Old Republic, which I think is an online multiplayer game, which goes beyond the events that happen in the first and second games. So there's a lot of Star Wars content out there, and being that all of this stuff happened 3,000 years before the Battle of Yavin, you basically have 3,000 years of Star Wars lore to catch up on. So there's lots of creativity there, and lots of foreshadowing too. So, but like I said, I'll get more into that in a different game. I don't want to nerd you guys out with all this Star Wars stuff. But either way, this is good news for us gamers, good news for us Star Wars fans, and I kind of look forward to see what Ubisoft, Massive, and whatever other company wants to get their hands on the Star Wars franchise. But alright, you guys, that's it for today. You guys stay safe, stay metal, hail Satan, and may the Force be with you.